the war.
Ke bona bomashupatsela bonka jamangano na bomashupatsela ke bona bomashupatsela bonka jamangano na bomashupatsela ba tlile ka dikepe bomashupatsela ba re jareshu ke tša bona ka moka jona nawe ke kgale re gotša mollo phefong phefo ya marega le loa segodu sa go ja fela ba tšere lefase le leruo la ga borena ba re ke la bona moloko wa ga bolekgolo o sa topatša fase mobu o nonne leruo ke maphapha maphuse ba tšere leloko la bolekgolo le sa topatša fase bomashupatsela ba tlile ka dikepe bomashupatsela ba re tšagešo ke tša bona ka moka jonananawe Moletangwedi ke moleta le swi 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 My brother skinned his tongue to taste English better. Hand rolled the pink leather to erase his uncivilized mother tongue. Tongue twisting without papalias, bland, bitter, and barbaric. Is our mother's tongues inches shorter to live longer, dying out in code mixing, code switching, and code forgetting? Is it too gray to be tasted by 15 generations after us? Etiquette lurking for the 21st century, but how thick our tongues to choke us and slip ampere? Our mother is gone, and he took the longer route, leaving footprints hoping that we will soon follow. But she is gone, and my brother's tongue is no longer growing back. What a mission to restitution. Our mother is gone, and in vicious circles her children have lost their lineage to herself. But mother loved sparkling things. She was wise nor could not have read. She loved twinkling things. See, her children have lost their lineage to herself, but she is gone. and never to return. My language is a solo piece in a big band playing ballad tunes. Versatile notes fading in off-key outros. My language is an improvisation. Music sustained when the conductor misreads her song sheet. A composition in a dream. To those who listen to the ground, my language is a soundtrack. Trapped in dusty Timbuktu scrolls, my language is not a dialect, a genre without a name, an original composition. To be celebrated when its speakers are gone, my language is not cut and paste. It's a song breathed in a genre only played on Sundays, a Sabbath to those who adore it the most. Netta me bro, netta.
Off the wall.
Ngizibolo lamantombazane esilesimpofana isizukulu senyathi usigegede sikaMathole. Ongundebe zigcwala ubuso sihlathi zigcwala uthando mlomo ugcwala uthotho mina ngemlenze nginyathela ngabantwana. Ngiyinkomo yasendle inyathikazi yona yadla umkadadewabo yathi akananyonga akanamhlehlo kanti umhlehlo ubhabhakazi. Ngiyisigegede mina thina isangwa silivali ngesicabha eminyango siyivala ngamakhanda amadoda. Bommehle kupaletlele ntshwarele nna ke ngwana Shavile ke ngwana Voka nna mo ke tswang teng dirobota re ditsebetsela re bontshwa ke badimo. Jwale mo amoheleng ka hlompho tshwana ha thoa thabeng apere kobo ya marena a se ka thato empa ile ditaelo tsa badimo o matha mehlaleng ya manthati se le mantsopa o kolobeditswe ka metsi a lekwa a hlonolofatsa nokeng tsa tlatla matsholo eno a kgethiwe a rabasadi ha nna ke bapala eka moya o thole ena o kgethiwe a rabasadi ha nna ke bapala eka moya o khutse eno o kgethiwe a rabasadi ha nna ke bapala eka lerato le buse. Mo Afrika tlokwano ke o qoqele. Mo Afrika atumela re itshebe. Tharientsho ntumelleng hle ke le hlahlobe. Butselang sekhwama re lahle masapo. Re shebe metsi re bue le bo re a tseba. O ntshwarele. Ena ke thomo ya modimo, badimo le madimo. Le dumme ngwaneso selemo se thwasitse. Tlala re rwakile dipalesa di a thunya. Mmengwedi o pepile modimo letsatsi mokokotlong. Bula ditsebe hle. Tlhatlhobo e se e qadile. Ba o tlositse nakong ya letswele ba o kgaola morethetho. Ba o sunya pompong ba o fetola sephoqo. Ba o amoha seriti ba o sia o maketse. One day is not enough to remember who we are. Singabomdabu thina sidabuka kulelizwe. Singabokuqala, singabokugcina. Siyizindlalifa eziphucwe ubukhosi. Silahlekile siphenduke izintandane. Sidla izimpethu sibabuka bekhomba ngophakathi. Singadumali. Ontsingiza noZulu bawuphethe umkhondo. Shonani esigodlweni izikhali zomoya sezifikile. Athi amakhosi khuphukani izihlalo zenu zinilindile. Shiyani konke izigodlo zenu zikhala ibhungani. Vunulani nibe bahle nibuyele ebumnyameni. Phatlolang bosiu ka lehare le kgutlele morao. Le morwalo wa lona le o jware ka ntle ho boima. Dithoto tsa lona le di jare ka lerato. Le tsamaye ka lefifi le ferekanye baloi. Le se tshabe ba le tshosa ka noa e shweleng. Le bue puo tsa lona badimo ba tle ba le utlwe. Le hloke pelaelo monga sebaka o le apere. Tshwarang melamo ya lona hle le be lotu ka pele ho le leng. He la Basotho selemo se thwasitse ya nang le ditsebe a utlwe. Our heritage cannot be boxed in one day. Our skin is our heritage. Our hair is our heritage. Our language is our heritage. Our land is our heritage. Our heritage is the darkest past giving birth to the brightest future. Lahlang marumo hle ena ndwa ke ya moya. Phaphamang kgomo ya boroko ha eyo. Phahamisang difahlehelo le shebe botjhabatsatsi, phakisang pele ba elellwa hore le a tsoha. Phephetang ditlhare bo motjholoko le re pate pontsheng ya dira. Realign yourself, your time is off schedule. Don't despair, today is our new year. Start your journey with the calendar, be one with nature. Listen with your souls, badimo are waiting on you. Happiest New Year, bana ba Thari. Mamelang ka dipelo selemo se setjha se thwasitse. Time is a blessing to a dream come true. Time is very slow for a woman in labor. Time is a reward to a Maasai hunter, and time is a curse to a prisoner sentenced to life. I need time. You need time. We all deserve our moment in time. Time is an asset to a living relationship. Time is way too short for any orgasm. Time is a healer to a broken heart, and time is a thorn at the backseat of a taxi. There's time to be weak and there's time to be strong. There's time to learn and there's time to teach. There's time to hate and there's time to love. There's time to fall and there's time to stand. The Lord may not come when you call, but He's always on time. So some look at the clock, some use the sun, some observe the seasonal change. Some follow the moon, some trace the stars, and some get lost in this chase. In need of time, we do our best to live our tracks in this race. I need time. You need time. We all deserve our moment in time.
Hi, my name is Letola Madonna. Spectators are cheering, fans are celebrating and congratulating me for the goal I never got to score. As I informed everybody that soon I will be changing diapers, all I ever wanted was to have a particle of you and me as one. Sleepless nights and mixing of formula was all I could ever think of. I was so ready to be a dad. Don't you dare blame me for not having a father figure in my life. The thought of you holding our little one, breastfeeding it, can be erased in my memories. Somebody please wake me up from this dream. I need to be awakened. Many wake up to see the sun and feel its photosynthesis. Only God knows that I too wanted a son. Your kiss was as addictive as a drug that dragged me to be this weak. Good luck. I heard that your child was to be born this week. Congratulations to the man that hit at the net. Perhaps I was not good enough at scoring goals. Hence you wanted to turn me into the goalkeeper. The only goal that I had in mind was to firstly marry you, then make love to you, because you are the one that taught me about sex before marriage being a sin. I'd rather be a keeper of promises than a striker of lies and abuse. But what can I say? That's your bed. You made it. So lie on it. A child is a gift from God, and I too prayed for it and waited for months and years as my teeth were gunning to taste your forbidden fruit. Was he a vegetarian, or was I somebody who didn't have sweet teeth to eat your dessert after dessert? My heart is broken in pieces. I hope that you are proud of breaking up with a guy that never got to break your virginity. As spectators are cheering, fans are celebrating and congratulating me for the goal I never got to score. Tell me, come on, talk to me. Why don't you just inform them that you are the one that never got to close your legs? Or was it maybe because you liked the Shibobo style? I waited and waited for months and years as my teeth was gunning to taste your forbidden fruit. I loved you with all my heart, soul, and every particle of my body, but you never gave me your full body. You only gave it to me when he was done chewing it like a gum with no sugar. He spit you to the ground, and now you are expecting me to pick you up and hold your hand, say everything is going to be all right. To you, my heart was like a playing ground with four corners. But you played me, even though you knew that you were the center of my attention. But the main thing is that I was not the first one to take the first shot in your 18th area. Was I on an offside position financially, or was our love just a foul play to you? Mr. Referee, why didn't you yellow card me so that I could not have this injury? I loved loving you. I longed to say for better or for worse as we exchange vows after I have just said, will you marry me? But I guess that won't be happening anymore because your 90 minutes has come to an end. Mr. Referee, please blow your final whistle because I am tired of playing this game. As spectators are cheering, fans are celebrating and congratulating me for the goal I never got to score. Thirsty, tears running down her cheeks, makeup removed from her face, her eyes turned red like a pepper. Yet these men are still abusing her. Umthwalo wam uyandisinda, ndiyacela ndiyiphathise. Her voice is so soft like Sahara. As she works hard in a Sahara, she is thirsty. Thirsty to see change, but not just any change. She is thirsty to see radical change. They say change is derived by those who drive it, and yet she is thriving for change, but she is not able to see change, and that's because change only changes when you put change into change. She is thirsty. Her heart is giving in. Her body becomes a desert. Dehydration is her middle name. Oh, what a shame. She is thirsty, and no one seems to care for her. Lord, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Paradise, paradise. Somebody please take her to paradise because she is paralyzed. Mora, bona maukieu. Mme, bona moraukieu. She is paralyzed because she was protecting her children. Eloi, Eloi, lama sabakathani. Thixo wam undishiyelani na ngoba xa ndiyekelelwa nguwe ndiyophalala njengamanzi. They say metsi kibuphilo, yet she screams so loudly, kinyorilwe ndinxaniwe. I am thirsty. Nothing can quench her thirst, even water from the tap. Men orders wine for her and says put it on my tap because they want her to get drunk and fall on their lap. Strip her clothes off and take that nap. She is lost and can't find direction and destination in their own map. And it's simply because they wanted her to say these words. It is finished. Kuphetheile, kugqityiwe. Nkosi yam, ezandleni zakho ndiyawunikela umoya wam. She is thirsty and she will forever be thirsty because she wants to see change, but not just any change. She is thirsty to see radical change. They say change is derived by those who drive it, and yet she is thriving for change, but she is not able to see change because change only changes when you put change into change.
Hi, my name is Buleng Khatebe, also known as Zilot. Ayaphela makhekhe msam, ayaphela makhekhe msam. Ngaba mashita akhuluma ngabe ziningi indaba. Ozanelo lirato sibongile lamaqanza angaka. Asikhathalini leso sikhinde siyisigide siphohloza umhlaba wethu kuphopoza igazi kuphela uthando kuvuka inzondo. Le impopho ehlokoleza nasembobeni isho ngakwazi ukumemeza unina. We waluma umalume yababazi ingane lo baba wayiphinda phinda akakwazanga yini ukulinda. We waluma umalume wayiphinda phinda akakwazanga yini ukulinda. Cha bafaka lamathuna thunuka amathuma wangena lo wasecaleni ngagogodanga. See, toddlers now know brutal dicks before they learn their ABCs, let alone know the function of their universe. Because our cries have become choral verses that fall on deaf ears. Our their pleasure. Our no, their leisure. Our no does not ring any sensitive bell. Men rage war against our universe. Erect missiles firing non-stop, cocks bearing no panic buttons. Sacred landscape shredded to pieces by a series of forced entries. For us, it's no longer safe in the streets. Jack and Jill made love that day. Parasite struck her universe. Jill fell down and broke her crown, and stars came crumbling after. Sacred skies shredded and leaked. Thundersticks striking fragmented skin. Rainbows pooled, color by color, color by color. color by color, until nothing but a fragmented soul remained, until nothing but a tormented soul remained. See, men wage war against our universe. Erect missiles firing non-stop, cocks bearing no panic parting, sacred landscapes shred to pieces by a series of forced entries, forced entries, forced entries. For us, it's no longer safe in the street. Sim and rifles roam the streets, targeting our vaginas. Mother says, when you are a woman, your eyes are often mistaken for coffins. Are those eyes or coffins? Mother says, there is no tomb for broken hearts. So careful whose hearts you reside in, child. Mother says, there are no tombs for broken hearts. Says sometimes men have daggers for hearts. So careful whose heart you reside in, child. Mother says sometimes men have ropes for hands. So careful who caresses your skin, child. Mother says, when you are a woman, you are constantly bleeding. I am pleading. I am pleading with the universe to deliver I, the gatekeeper of dreams that die before their birth. Earth is not a place for dead moons. Behind these rooms, the grass is not greener. Every morning I am helping dig graves. Every morning I am helping close graves. The grass is not greener. Matshidiso left school too soon, perturbed by greater demons than the one in my classroom wall, shaped like a cave, built like a grave. Her house is a glass house, and the neighborhood is throwing stone. Isaac prefers the second floor with no chalkboard and no teacher, where his mischief is unguarded and the chasing is unending. Usamkelo is an old book with no content. His grandmother does not know how to read him. And I, a God of a dying son, and I, a God of a son who despises books as if it's some sort of evil. And I tempt them with my dreams and they chant, and lead us not into your evil, and lead us not into your evil. Every morning I'm constantly reciting poems like, my children are constantly reciting poems like, I am bleeding. I am pleading. I'm pleading with the universe of education to deliver I, the gatekeeper of dreams that die before their birth. Earth is not a place for dead moons. Every morning I'm constantly reciting poems like, my children's eyes are nothing like the sun. They do not look like they will rise even though they set. The horizon has a tendency of swallowing them whole and forgets to spit them by morning with their scorching presence that makes me bleed through my pores, and I wish for their life to be on pause. It hurts to wake up in the morning, return to a lover who's responsible for your dying. I am dying. The gatekeeper of dreams is dying. A forest is dying here. These children are cementing my eggs brick by brick. There are no windows here. And I, a God of a dying son, and I, a God who bleeds for these sons.
Simfumene Lusawana Joy Element. Kusukela kudala mandulo omkhulu nokhokho bethu bebebizana bodwa bagide endaweni yodwa. Namhlanje ngiyazibuza ukuba ingaba lokho sikulibele yini na? Today ririsitso saruna sitsamayile ka metsi eya ritibetsi. Lo mhlaba uyahlaba. Lo mhlaba usuya ngikhabakaba nenduku siyaphenduka injwayelo emzimbeni noma musekhala njalo. Mama, for how long will we be counted in this immoral act of women and child abuse? Because Baba beats you for his own insecurities, his own infidelities. He chains you like a dog, like wet clothes. I'm next on a line. His love is a lie. Mama wazikhanda ngenyeke tsheni, all the scars and bruises into an extent that you could not move or speak. He beats you, powerless and hopeless. I watched him kick you up and down. Kukhumula amazinyo isitho my soul apart. Kudibanisa nendonga zeJericho. He mad at my conscience. Yes, I am a motherless child. Yes, like father, like son. What kind of a society should I be presented to? What kind of a society do I fit into? Yes, like father, like son. Yes, I am a motherless child.
Off the wall.
When you preserve your language, do you remember there is blood in your alphabet? Do you wipe your mouth when you speak? Do you need a noose to make the letters O and D? Wow, when you preserve your language. Do you remember there is blood in your alphabet? Do you wipe your mouth when you speak? Do you need a noose to make the letters O and P? Because D has always been for us dogs the power. of white chalk on black boards turns our pain into silent letters. You don't pronounce it, but you see it is there. When I was learning to speak like them, my teacher said, M is for monkey. I never knew that monkey was for me. That O is for an ocean tied with a noose. That classrooms are a lesson on drowning when they do not teach you to swim in your own language in preschool. I needed to know how to urinate in English with a mouth full of bladder pressed to my kindergarten knees when I colored the sky in green. She took me outside to prove that it even looks blue in her eyes. I didn't have the vowels to say. We don't keep blue eyes at home. The grass is greener on your side and I need to pee in my mother tongue. But now that I can finally speak like them, I am done holding myself. On teaching men how to behave, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, stop. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, stop. Whose job is it to teach the men that no grows its own body? The body is a language curling its tongue, refusing to be touched in alphabets. Alpha males become illiterate. Our bodies become a comprehension test. Answer yes if she said no. When we say no, we are reminded that they are illiterate. They don't know how to read a body refusing to be touched. When black men want to come, they come to fight for their freedom of expression. Black men want to come to fight for land without returning women's bodies from the places where they have stolen us. They want the land of their forefathers while turning our mothers into ancestors, and we watch over them, even if it kills us. I am concerned that when this land returns, we will be buried in it first. We will be dead and they will still be illiterate. The we are coming for everything requires us to come for black men first. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, stop.
Off the wall.